What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today's we'll be diving into another deck I kind of put together with one of the new mechanics from the new set with Connive. We went with the Esper template as I felt like it had the best cards that work very well with the Connive mechanic, and overall, the idea behind kind of being a little bit of a mid-rangey, aggro-y deck that draws cards, discards cards, and things like that definitely seemed kind of interesting, and there's definitely a lot of cool mechanics that actually come from the new set that kind of help out with this kind of style of deck. Overall, the deck I feel like performs fairly okay. I've been tweaking it here and there as I've been playtesting before I start recording the video. So if you see in any of the games that I do play in the video, things change in and out. It's just because I'm messing with some numbers. If I need 4 copies of this, 3 copies of that, so on and so forth. I think the mana base is actually probably the only thing I haven't really changed too much about the deck. Other than that, everything else has been kind of tweaked and altered, one up, one down, completely remove, bring back in kind of thing based on what I've play tested and whatnot. But regardless, the deck list is what you see here. I will have a link down in the description below if you want to actually import it yourself and kind of mess around with the Connive deck. But we went with the 3 copies of the Hypnotic Grifter. It's a 1-mana 1/2 that we can just tap 3 mana and we can Connive the ability of drawing a card, discarding a card, and if we discard a non-land card, we get to put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. So definitely a little bit of our early start, just kind of getting that Connive trigger, which definitely helps us out in the long run. Then we got Raffine's Informant, the 2-mana 2/1 that enters battlefield, be Connive. Yet again, a 2-mana possible 3/2 is definitely, I think, pretty strong for the deck. And overall, a very solid card for 2 mana. It's still a 2-mana 2/1 is not that bad. Then we have Fairy Vandal, because Conniving is allowing us to draw additional cards. If we can flash this in and possibly Connive on our turn, after we've already drawn during our turn, we can actually put a +1/+1 counter on Fairy Vandal, which makes Fairy Vandal become a threat pretty quickly if we can get it out in the early game when we start setting up. Then we have the Ledger Shredder, another 2-mana 1/3. Whenever a player casts their second spell each turn, it connives, which is definitely pretty awesome. It's not just us, it's also our opponent. So if our opponent, let's just say, plays 2 removal spells, plays 2 creatures, or we go on their turn and we play 2 spells, we will also trigger this. So again, the ability to connive multiple times is pretty awesome. Then we have the Suspicious Stowaway and the Seer Wolf, just another card that we can kind of get in for some unblockable damage, allowing us to draw additional cards, which works very well with the Fairy Vandal. And also, if we can get it to nighttime, we can flip it over and we just draw cards and don't have to worry about discarding. So definitely good there. And there's actually another interesting card that we'll get to that this actually works very well with, and we can get some big unblockable damage in if we can keep this card out for the long run without our opponent removing it. But moving on to the 3-drop slot, we have Obscura Charm. This card is actually pretty strong from what I've seen, and the deck, what we're playing, is not super expensive, so we'll actually be able to use quite a bit of what this spell is trying to do. We can return target multicolored spell or permanent card with mana value 3 or less from our graveyard to the battlefield tapped, which we can do at the end of our opponent's turn, which is definitely awesome. We can also counter target instant or sorcery spells, so it works as the counter in the deck as we don't play any other counter spells. And then we can also destroy target creature or planeswalker with mana value 3 or less. Obnixilus is around, so definitely a good removal spell for him and any small creatures that your opponent may play that you just need to get rid of. Then we got the Raffine, the Scheming Seer. It's a 3-mana 1/4 with ward 1, but whenever we attack, target attacking creature gets connives X, where X is the number of attacking creatures. And it's not just when Raffine attacks, it's just when any of our creatures attack. So Suspicious Stowaway is definitely a good trigger here. You start off very slowly, maybe conniving for 1, and then as you maybe overwhelm your opponent, you connive for a lot more. This card can get out of hand very, very quickly if you're conniving a lot to begin with in the game, as well as we're going to start drawing a lot of cards of our deck, discarding a lot of cards. It's definitely an interesting mechanic, but definitely a cool mechanic to get some that sweet unblockable damage. And I think the fact that it has ward 1 and it's a 3-mana card makes it definitely very hard for your opponent to target, unless they have some cheap removal that they can pay that ward cost. Then we have Tolls, the Cleaver of the Conductor. It's a 3-mana 3/1 that when it enters the battlefield, it connives, and whenever we discard 1 or more cards, exile them from the graveyard, and when it dies, we get to put the exile cards exiled with this card into their owner's hands. So anything that we connive with this and any of the cards that we connive, after it's out on the battlefield, will get under this card, and if our opponent destroys that card in any way, we will actually get those cards into our hand, which allows us to then replay them, which is definitely pretty cool. Definitely makes it kind of like, does our opponent want to destroy this card before it gets too many cards underneath it? Do they want to, once it has a lot of cards, do they just want to keep it out because they don't want to, have it fill our hand back up if our hand's getting kind of light? So definitely a very overall interesting card. Then we have Void Rend, the new removal spell for, Esper. It's a 3-mana destroy target non-land permanent, and it can't be countered. Definitely one of those cards I'm still, playing around with. I'm not really sure how many I want to add in the deck, but yet again, there being a lot of planeswalkers and people playing artifacts, enchantments, creatures, all of the sorts. It's just definitely going to have a versatile removal that can kind of target whatever our opponent is playing. So definitely a good card, I think. But yet again, I'm not sure 100% on the number. Then we have the Body Launder. It's a 4-mana 3/3 with Death Touch, and then whenever another non-token a creature we control dies, it connives, and then whenever it dies, we can return another non-rogue creature card with equal or lesser power from the graveyard to the battlefield, so it gets back anything that's weaker than it, which is definitely pretty awesome. And it getting bigger and bigger, and having Death Touch is also pretty good. It definitely makes it very awkward for our opponent to want to attack into it. But yet again, just another card that connives. And then we have the Obscura Interceptor, the 4-mana 3/1 flash lifelinker. Then when it enters the battlefield, it connives, and we get to return target spell up to its owner's hand. So it's not technically countering the spell, it's just kind of delaying the spell. And then if we connive and discard non-life permanent, it becomes a 4/2 lifelinker that we may get and may either gain us some life that we can block with, bounce maybe an expensive spell back to our opponent's hand, and just overwhelms our opponent nonetheless. But overall, pretty good card. Kind of works very well with our synergies as we don't play too many counters. But having things that just delay our opponent from what they're doing and allowing us to kind of keep tempo is definitely very, very good. And then the mana base is pretty straightforward, as we are playing Esper Mana. As I've kind of come to the realization, when you start playing 3 colors, especially in today's standard meta, you don't really play a lot of basics. So we have 1 of each basic. We have 3 copies of the Deserted Beach, 3 copies of the Pathway, 3 copies of the white Pathway, 3 copies of the Shatter Sanctum. We have 3 copies of the Clearwater Pathway, 3 copies of the Shipwreck Marsh, and 4 copies of the Raffine's Tower. But overall, a very interesting, very mid-rangey, I think, style deck that can tempo out your opponent, but definitely can hold that mid-range game pretty well. But with that being said, let's just dive into some games, kind of see how the deck performs, and go from there. We don't have blue, but we can connive. And we're on the draw. I mean, hands overall pretty strong, I think, depending on what our opponent's doing. So I think we keep. We play our tap land, probably on turn 1, get it out of the way. All right, looks like some sort of Izzet, possibly. All right, so we're playing Mill, which is not very good. All right, we'll play our mana source. Yep. So we have to get in for some big damage. Oh, okay, no attacks. Got it. Did we stow away here? I guess we. So the problem with our deck is we're gonna draw. Maybe our opponent doesn't do much. If they counter, they counter. We got to get pressure on the board though. We'll start the day-night cycle. So if they don't do much on their turns, we have a way to overwhelm them that way. That's fine. They're not going to do anything, and we're going to draw. Awesome. We'll attack him for 2 unblockable. I mean, if they destroy it, they destroy it. That's fine. All right, they're keeping their card on top. We don't really have too much that can counteract that, so we'll do that. We'll play it again. I mean, we may get a mill here. There's an Obscura Charm, which would have been very good. All right, if we Painter, interesting. Maybe not 100% mill, but I think this is where we take the opportunity before it does anything, and maybe tax. Did I mess up there? Because I don't want to play really anything because I need this. Let's just get rid of that. Let's not have them do anything crazy. I know it's uncounterable, but might as well that they don't have their own combat trick for it. We're not putting up enough pressure that they're not going to be able to blow us out with one big swoop. We're already down to half our library, so just a copied spell here. Not very good for us in this position. All right, they're just not doing anything. I'm stuck on blue mana, which kind of sucks. Let's connive first. All right, so I don't have any counters. That's not bad. Let's get rid of the Grifter. We'll play this. And we'll swing in for 2. Alright, this could be the big turn here. They're up to 6 mana, 5 mana possibly. 6 mana. There we go. Sure. Sure. Just a matter of if they're going to deploy their mill or not. Yes, no? Alright, if they go to end step, I'm just going to destroy their crab. Get rid of that. I don't think there's any instant mill. That's also very good for us. So we'll do this. Still have Obscura Charm up, which is good for us. We'll draw a card. It's fine. We'll end turn. We have some stuff. So this may be the big turn. We'll put pressure on them. We'll bounce this back to their hand. We'll get rid of the Grifter. We'll do this. Definitely in a good position. Definitely in a good position. We'll swing again. I mean, we're not underneath any sort of pressure really to do much. We'll play another Stowaway. It's like, I know something's gonna happen, but I'm not gonna play my whole hand. They're at 2. So it's like they have to do something. And this is where we counter. You're at 2. Yeah, I have unblockable, so you can't do much. Yeah, it's good game 1. Opponent goes first. Hand's a little bit slow, so if our opponent's a very fast deck, it's gonna be not the greatest for us. But, you know, we could draw into it. I mean, we're on the draw. We have all the mana we need color-wise. We just need a 4th mana for Obscura Interceptors, but we have 3 draws to worry about it then. It's a turn 1, Raffine's Tower. Turn 2, maybe just a Swamp, depending on what the situation is. But yet again, mana actually came up pretty clutch here for us with our color bases. Alright, so we'll keep 7. Hi. Will be nice. We'll say hello. Awesome. 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 So we have our 2-drop. We have a 3-drop. They're playing some sort of mono red, which is good for us. They're playing Goblins. Alright, that's fine. We will play a Swamp. We'll play our Stowaway. I mean, if they destroy the Stowaway, it's cool. But what they're going to try to do is just pressure us, and I think we'll be fine because we have some life link with our Obscura Interceptors, which could just catch them off guard. Looks like they're going to play some sort of removal. I don't think I'm sold with Strangle in Goblin deck. Sure. What happened? Is it whenever I play a creature, now I get pain? That's a very interesting card to have, though, in a Goblin deck. I need the land. We'll get rid of a Stowaway. Actually, you know, let's get rid of Atolls. So it's like if they destroy it, we can just get ours back, so it's not like we lose it, because we can always replay it. It's definitely an interesting deck. Okay. So I'm confused. I'll take 2. Alright, so I'm unsure what our opponent's really trying to accomplish here. I don't know if I should have done black there. Were my options black or white? No, that's fine. The bandit guy costs double black, so we'll just kind of we'll hang back. We'll see what happens here. We can always bounce back whatever they're playing. Resolve. Yeah, we'll connive. It's fine. I'll gain possibly mana back. We'll get rid of a stowaway. We'll get rid of that. Our stowaway will go underneath our 4/2. And now we have some lifelink, so definitely not in a good spot for our opponent. They can play it again. Interesting. I mean, I'll block and block. Right? Yeah, because I'll get cards back from underneath it. Sure. I go up to 11. I get my cards back and discarded. I get an Obscura Charm. I don't have enough to do both. So I could play a Suspicious Stowaway. I could just Obscura Charm. It's definitely a tough position. I think I just play a Stowaway. It's fine, I'll take 2. Oof. Resolve. Is it whenever it enters? Yeah, okay, so this is I can't do that. That's fine. We will destroy target creature. Get our stowaway back. I think we chump this. And that's fine. Get a land. Play another stowaway. We'll say go. That's fine. They're digging deep. Got lands and a Fireblade Charger, so they can play their Fireblade Charger plus their whatchamacallit here. That's fine. We'll bounce that. Make it awkward for them. We'll get rid of this land. We'll bounce this back to your hand. Doesn't give you very good attacks here. If you want to go for it, sure. I mean, I will gain the life. Yeah, we'll play bird. And then we'll play this. We'll get rid of this. So it's fine. That one we keep the Obscura Charm. We'll get rid of this. No, we'll keep the board. Keep the board presence. We're now about as wide as they would get. It's fine. Not sure why he debated that. I guess because it get out of control. All right, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna say go. There's nothing I can do here. We flip. We go to a 2/1. Sure. Yep. I'll take 2. No blocks. Let's swing first and see what we draw. Discard the land. We will play the bird. And we'll play this. It's fine. Discarding a land. Put the land underneath the card. We'll say go. It's definitely a close game. I mean, I probably should have... We're not dead. So if they were smart, they played 2 Goblins, pick off one of the 2 drops. Sweet. Sure. I mean, I'll take the cards. Interesting. So you're going to let me draw here, which is definitely a weird position, I would say. Just because of whatchamacallit here. It's definitely like they're handless, and it gives me an opportunity now to kind of like fill my hand back up, right? Which is that I think definitely not how you want to approach this kind of situation, because now they won't have enough to whatchamacallit here, to kind of like now overwhelm us, because now we kind of filled our hand back up in a way. We'll get rid of the informant here because we have another bird. We'll swing in for 2. We'll draw a discard, get rid of one of our lands. We'll say go. So unless they've drawn like, yeah, we're at 7. Can't really push in. Definitely weird. Definitely a weird play. Because it's like chump, 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 and I'm okay with that. Sure. We're at 5. Are we dead? No, we're good. Oh, it died? Oh, because it lost the... It lost the whatchamacallit. I didn't even realize. It was definitely something I didn't realize there. I realized it lost the Goblin Chieftain charm. On the play, hand's not the greatest, but I'll keep. A lot of tap mana, so I mean we don't have early play, so may as well get the tap mana out of the way, and as long as we don't draw more of it, we're fine. Okay, so some sort of Izzet possibly? Or Grixis? Grixis is still cool. Sure. Grixis Reanimator? Possibly? Question mark? Yeah, it's an animator deck. Alright, so definitely a deck that we gotta keep mana open for. We'll say go. And I think we have definitely the cards, right? Like, to kind of prevent them from doing what they want to do here. Because we can Fairy Vandal, keep Obscura Charm up. Next turn we have mana open for Interceptor. It's fine. Sure. Play a Fairy Vandal. We'll draw a card. Yeah, we'll just keep mana open. I'll attack for 1. I'm not going to block, so if they want to destroy the Fairy Vandal, that's cool. Our opponent's going to try their best to discard as much as possible here. They're going to try to fill up the graveyard because I think they're playing the Reanimator spell that you have to have like different spell costs here in order to get it like tap flash. So maybe catch us off guard a little bit. All right. Okay. Sweet. The question is, do they go for it? No, they indulge. I just keep the mana open because, I mean, they're just going to try their best to cheat stuff out. Yeah. I'm just going to attack. If they want to destroy it, they can destroy it. Next turn, we can always get rid of the Kiki-Jiki token. See, this is where we, I guess, kind of turn the deck into a control deck, though. Our favorite Vandal's not doing too much. They're thinking about playing something. Awesome. Just fill up the graveyard, please. Fill up the graveyard, cast your spell, and then that's it. And I mean, to be quite fair, unless I don't think there's anything that really taxes per se. I think the only thing that comes out is that 7/7 with the protector counter. And it's like, are they gonna play right into that? Another mana, so they're 5 mana, so they could go for it if they wanted to. Pass. Yeah, sure. I'll take 2. If they don't do anything, I get rid of the Kiki-Jiki. We'll Void Rend here. Can't be countered. Destroy my Fairy Vandal if you want. Still don't have enough to play 2 things. I mean, I can play a Stowaway if they're not going to do anything on most of their turns. I'll just attack. Start the day-night cycle. I mean, I'll just ping in for 1. Maybe they're going to try to have a counterspell open for their card. Sure. Play a lot of 2-drops and stuff. I mean, 2 cards in my hand are really good in this position. How about no? Sure. So, right, that's definitely very interesting. Maybe I burnt my counter too quickly. We're gonna gain 4 life back. What does Syntaxian do? Whenever opponent casts an artifact, instant, or sorcery spell, counter that spell, disfigure turtle. Huh. Interesting. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 7. Let's swing first. See what happens. This may make them think, though, that I've been just sitting back in counters. I mean, I would just push and just be like, have it or not, right? They looked at their deck. Sure. I would just play it. Yeah, I don't have anything. Can I get the Raffine countered on purpose? Because I can bring it back. Oh, since they're sorceries. That was a misplay on my part. That was definitely a misplay on my part. I don't think they're attacking with their card. It's gonna get countered though. I'm gonna get it countered. Game. I'm out. Yeah, they're just gonna do some crazy combo. Yeah, I mean, we have spells. We get to turn 3, we're good. Just gotta get that third land in, and we're on the draw, so I think we're there. Turn 1, we play Shattered Sanctum. Get the black mana. Then we play this on blue, have the white mana, then we're good. Okay, we're not playing anything. Okay. Okay. Blue white. Blue white open mana. Blue white open mana still. Okay, we're drawing cards. And we're passing. I mean, I'm okay with that. We take the friendly swing of 1 to draw a card. Depending on what we draw, maybe discard a land. Yep, discard a land. We'll get one of our dual lands out that produces multiple colors. And we'll say go. There's no rush. I mean, our opponent's playing some sort of control. We flip to Knight. You know, now we're doing 2 damage. We draw a card, don't have to discard anymore. I'm going to assume our opponent's playing some sort of, like... Yeah, our opponent's definitely playing control. This is like, easy control tell. I mean, might as well play this out. Get the mana going. We'll swing in. Draw our card. See what they do. We're cleaving for 2. We will counter that. It's fine. We will counter our spell. I mean, I'll take my card. I mean, if they wipe the board for 1 creature, because that's the card they want to play, it's fine for us. Okay, so we're filling up on creatures here. Maybe we got to be a little bit more aggressive. There wasn't a blue-white challenger deck that I'm aware of. We'll play a Sanctum. Swing in again? What is this? Target creature can't be blocked. Sure. We'll just play this. I played that backwards. We'll play this too. So we can connive. We'll get rid of one of the... Yeah, we'll get rid of one of the Ledger Shredders. Just put pressure on them. Maybe they wipe the board. I'm not sure what you do in this position. Also, I have no idea what they're playing. It looks like some sort of mono blue Azorius Control, but it's playing cards I'm not sure why you would play. What happens? Being each player's upkeep that any So I'm cursed. So you draw a card, I draw a card. Interesting. I'm not sure how to feel about that. We'll play that. We'll go into attacks. We'll swing in for a bunch. Put on the bigger creature. I feel like these aren't going to be... Well, let's get rid of those. Swing in for 5. We'll play it. We'll play a Ledger Shredder. And we'll say go. I mean, I don't know what our opponent's playing. I mean, what does this have to do with anything? Target creature can't be blocked this turn. If it's a vampire, it also gains lifelink. So unblockable stuff. But what is unblockable is the question. By invitation only. Sure. You're gonna choose 3? Definitely an interesting deck, to say the least. Sure, you draw a card. I'm not sure here. It's a blue-white control of some sort. Are we going to counter it for 1? We put you on... Let me swing it for 1. Does something happen if they sacrifice? I honestly have no idea what this wedding invitation's for. Do they play whatchamacallit? Sure. I honestly no idea. I don't even think is there just the one vampire that you draw a card if you play a creature with power 2 or less? Like what is our angle here with the thing? I mean, there's some stick. I mean, I'll destroy your curse. They want to counter it. They have mana open. I don't know what they're playing. Azorius board wipes. Sure. You want to bounce something back? It's fine. Sure. We'll start our Connive. Make our Fairy Vandal bigger. Swing for 5. No idea what invitation's for. Like, I don't know what you're doing here. Target creature can't be blocked. I'm assuming they play just their 7/7 land. Like, I honestly am at a loss for words on what they're doing here. Sure. Full mana Doomscar. Awesome. I'll get something back, please. Sure. Are we gaining life? Pass to attackers. My turn. Oh, it's legendary. It's fine. We'll draw. Sweet. Alright, we got 2 Obscura Charms. We'll play Grifter. Or a little 1/2 Grifter. Connive in here as we attack in. Give it to itself. Sure. It's fine. I don't need to. You can take one. And we'll say go. So we've seen Doomscar, by invitation only. I honestly still no idea by invitation only. Seems like a weird play. Land. My turn. I'll connive. We'll get rid of a Raffine. We don't need it. We will swing it in. That is garbage. Yeah, we'll do these two. We'll connive again. Discard. Good game. Good game. Nice. Blue-white pile. On the play. Hand's okay. We need some land, but I think we can definitely do it. Got some connive, so we'll see how this goes. Maybe we connive instead of playing Fairy Vandal. I don't know. Is it a connive or is it a Fairy Vandal here? What are we getting rid of? A Raffine? I think we Fairy Vandal. Alright, so we're playing... Alright, so they're playing Connive. Awesome. Mardu Connive? Interesting. Didn't think Mardu be Connive in deck. Maybe Mardu Connive for... I actually have no idea. Land. Awesome. That works so well. Oh, Jesus. You don't even realize. Jeez. Connive and Fairy Vandal. Ultimate combo assembled. And we're in that position that, like, it's so early that they have to have this, like, removal for it. Because next time we're attacking for 2. Like, they have to make sure they have the ward cost if they're going to connive there. I'll take 3. I'm not going to set you up for, like, a cheap spell or something to get rid of the last point of damage on Raffine. Sure. I won't discard. Decline. Decline. Sure. Intern. Keep the real one there. Right? Yeah, that's the real one. I got scared for a second. So, decline. Am I being held priority here? That was a little weird. It, like, took a second for it to process, like, what he wanted to do. Sure. Are they going to play something? That's fine. You can connive. I have flyers. Chariot. Very greedy pile? Awesome. Yeah, it's fine. Four? I go 4 here. This goes up to 5. If I find enough cards that I want to get rid of. I guess they both go up to 5. Well, one went up to 4. That's fine. Let's see if they play their big spell. They need a land. Okay. Do I do it to him? I do it to him. They knew it was up. They knew what was up. Hand's playable. Do I get untapped mana? I think I keep because I'm on the draw. I have 4 lands, which is a little heavy, but I can connive, trigger Fairy Vandal. Yeah, this is definitely a keepable hand. If we get a second untapped mana in the draw, on the first draw, we will probably like play. You know, we'll probably. I don't know. We'll probably play the Hypnotic Grifter first, and then Raffine's Informant second. If we don't, then we'll play like the Raffine Tower first, and then go from there. All right, we got some sort of mono greenage. Death Touch, awesome. Definitely a deck I want to check out. Got another tap mana, which is not great when you draw 5 lands in your top 8. Not great. Okay. I don't know. Enchantments. Don't have a lot to protect us against enchantments, which is unfortunate. So I haven't seen many people play the snake, which is weird, right? Like the snake feels very, very weird. In enchantments. We'll play the second white and we'll connive. We'll keep those because those will be lifelink. I think we get rid of the Grifter. I know Grifter's good, but I'd rather be in a position that makes them have to grow both their creatures. The Fangus Shigeki is just, it's an interesting card to be in enchantments, unless their idea is that we're gonna grow. Sure. Awesome. So we're gonna gain a bunch of life. We're gonna gain a crap ton of life. So we got to find some sort of removal. I mean, I'm gonna take a bunch of damage, so let's just kind of see if I draw an answer, because I'm either dead this turn or next turn. And it looks like I'm dead. Yeah, that's crazy. That is like the nuts. We go first. Hand is okay, not great. A lot of tap lands, but I think we keep. It is going to be a little bit on the slow side, but we'll play our tap land. Hopefully draw an untapped land as mana source, but worst case scenario, we have our colors. Okay. Magic is easy. Play this on white. I think we stow away, or we shredder. Just in case they have a turn where they play multiple spells, this is definitely a good card in that regard. I mean, I don't know what else they're playing. Okay, Esper or Orzhov? Orzhov so far? Nope. Nope. Not playing any spells? Okay. It's like, do I take the turn off? I think we take we play the tap land. We swing in for 1. I don't know. I don't know what to expect. Orzhov something? Sure. 3/1 flash that destroys enchantments. Don't play enchantments. Expel. Got it. It's unblockable, so you might as well attack. Yeah, that's fine. We'll swing in first, kind of see what's up. Give him the business. All right, we don't need multiple, so we'll get rid of one. We'll play this. We'll play that. Just a little bit of Death Toucher. Are they going to destroy that as well? I mean, the benefit here is if they destroy it, we get back a creature. I'll take 3. I'm not worried about a 3/1 that destroys for something. Awesome. We'll draw a card. They're gonna dispel it. They're gonna expel again. Sure. We'll Void Rend. Oh my goodness, Raffine's here too? Jeez. And they're passing? Jeez. I don't think they know what's about to happen. I mean, unless they expel it, I mean, that's cool. They got to, you know? But watch this. We'll play another one. Sheesh. We'll Connive. We get another one. It's daytime. It's fine. It's like, wait, what? Got a bird army? Got a bird army in the air? Still not doing anything. I mean, if they have all the removal in the world, right? Might as well put it on here. Suspicious to stow away, and we'll get rid of tolls. No, we'll get rid of those 3. That's awkward. Yeah, it's fine. Get rid of it. It's fine. We'll play tolls. We'll get rid of one of these. Just put pressure. Sure, both is fine. Spiders aren't gonna do much. We'll just hit face. And we will... Yeah, it's fine. I mean, I don't need this. So if they block the 4/2, we get something that bounces. Whenever something's exiled, it goes underneath. So it's like we're just getting them back anyway. Sure. We'll play untap land for blue. Say go. I essentially have a counter spell. I will make you bounce that back. We'll get rid of you. We'll counter you. Oof. It's like when you gotta, I guess. They're probably like, falling right into my trap. Yo, we going for it. Yeah, we'll do this. We'll get you. We'll get rid of you. And we'll get rid of you. It's fine. Gain some life. We play a Sanctum. We say go. They Blood in the Snow, we Connive, it's GG's. And we are back. I mean, overall, I felt like the games went fairly well. I think there was a couple that I made a few misplays on. You know, maybe I should have done something a little bit different, especially that Goblin game. I think I got a little bit too aggressive. I kind of forgot about the possibility of them getting rid of a Goblin. I should just kind of played it slow, you know, because I'm a little bit more the deck that can grind it out. But overall, I think the deck performs fairly well. It's very versatile. You know, I think there's maybe a couple difficult matchups. We didn't really get any against any of the meta decks, I would say, like, you know, like the mono whites and things like that. But I do think this deck does have the tools to kind of keep the tempo going, kind of, you know, use Kaveen to its advantage and kind of just overwhelm your opponent in that regards. Yet again, I'll have a link for this deck down in the description below if you want to check it out, maybe try it out for yourself, or, you know, maybe tweak it and maybe make your own version of it in some form or manner. But with that being said, guys, if you like the video, hit that like button. It definitely helps out a lot. If you're new here, you want to know I post new videos on the channel. And if there's anything that you want to see maybe in a future video deck-wise, let me know in the comments below. With that being said, I'll see you later.